own eyes and heard with one. However, if reincarnation is real, why can some people remember their past lives while others cannot? If reincarnation truly exists, the reason why humans can remember or forget their past lives has yet to be clearly and thoroughly explained or proven. However, that is not a reason to dismiss the issue of reincarnation. This is inherently a profound and delicate matter. Since ancient times, humans have always sought to explain this issue. Folklore is full of explanations for why we cannot remember memories from our past lives. If one believes in reincarnation, then remembering past lives would cause countless troubles and obstacles. If a person is born with memories of their past life, they will tend to seek out what belongs to the past rather than what belongs to the present. In fact, there have been quite a few such cases in the world. This is because the people they recognize as their father, mother, siblings, or relatives are individuals they have just been born to and are still complete strangers. A simple example is when a child is born and reaches the age of awareness, if that child recalls their past life as the son of Mr. A and Mrs. B. Of course, as the child grows up, their innate feelings of maternal and paternal love will awaken, and they will inevitably seek every possible way to reunite with their birth parents. As current mother, she must be in immense pain and suffering. That example is akin to the sentiment of a young woman in the past leaving for her husband's home, where all the beautiful memories with her beloved must be left behind. While her soon-to-be husband was a complete stranger chosen by her parents, that very image became incredibly alluring. Not only because of emotional attachment, but also perhaps out of curiosity, a desire to uncover the truth about one's own past life. The law of karmic retribution clearly dictates that each individual must undergo many lifetimes and bear consequences corresponding to their karma, such as suffering, sorrow, or resentment. Misfortune or happiness, sorrow or joy, all are the results that humans have created from their previous lives. The phenomenon of reincarnation is considered a natural law. However, this rule is easily broken when humans are fully aware of each of their own lifetimes. Even great masters and highly accomplished monks may not necessarily comprehend their own past lives. Meditators with high spiritual attainment, only when they reach a profound depth of concentration, can recall their past lives and regard these as events that occurred in your own previous lives. The Buddha Shakyamuni himself, while still on his journey seeking the truth, had not yet been able to comprehend his own past lives. It was not until I awakened to the true Dharma that I could fully comprehend the cycles of rebirth. Thanks to the Venerable One, who has attained the knowledge of past lives and the divine eye. Thus, he recalled thousands of past lives, all appearing in his mind like a film reel playing backwards through time. Therefore, only extraordinary individuals are able to recall their past lives. Humanity remains largely submerged in the darkness of ignorance, unable to perceive the light. I wonder what my past lives were like. Only in a few exceptional cases does such a situation occur. For example, there are cases where children around 14 or 5 years old recount details of their past lives. Or someone who can evoke images of past lives in others. In Vietnamese folklore, stories often circulate about those who have died and returned to life, recounting what they have seen and heard of the other world, be it the realms of hell or the affairs of the afterlife. Before crossing the terrifying bridge to reach their final resting place, those souls. Confusion porridge. The primary function of Chow Lu is to help the souls of the deceased forget all memories of their past life, thereby facilitating their reincarnation into a new existence. For if we do not, those souls will remain burdened by longing, still clinging to the scenes and people of the past. The ancients believed that the blood ties between parents and children, and among siblings and spouses, were the most sacred bonds. Thus, upon rebirth, they are always drawn to that which is connected to their past life. This creates an obstacle for attaining enlightenment in the first rebirth and in all subsequent cycles of reincarnation. That folk tale passed down by word of mouth partly explains why everyone forgets their past lives when reincarnated. However, as mentioned earlier, from ancient times to the present day, it is not uncommon for people to be able to recall past events to a greater or lesser extent. In reality, there are individuals who possess extraordinary memory, some even having the ability to vividly recall memories from past lives. For a long time, researchers of spiritual symbolism such as Fred Jerome Kagan, M.S. Heverman, William MacLeod, and Crypt Shimmons have. All studies indicate that the subconscious is the deepest, most wondrous, and most complex part of human mental life. They strive to research and explore the deepest realms of the subconscious, as practical experience has shown. The past returns with vivid clarity and familiarity, making many feel as though they are naturally and vividly reliving their childhood memories, as if turning through the pages of their own photo album. Capturing moments from infancy to adulthood, these images are incredibly vivid and astonishingly detailed. From the imagery, colors, and gestures to the environment and the events that unfold. Thus, it is evident that the brain contains areas that store memories of every event that has occurred since a person's birth. According to the research of the renowned scholar Hiteranthan, memories are stored within the protein molecules of brain cells. If there were some capability that could activate these molecules, the memories would be restored clearly. For a long time, hypnosis has been used as a method to evoke memories of the past. Hidden deep within the dark regions of the brain. If the power of hypnosis were even stronger, then, images from the distant past of a person's life will appear vividly in their memory, and even further back lies their previous life. For a long time, many people have pondered the image of their past lives. People often wonder why the brain of a stranger holds images from a past life. While a person is born, grows up, ages, and dies, that brain of a single lifetime stores data from many previous incarnations. It should be reiterated that for a long time, brain researchers have been preoccupied with the issue. The human brain is a strange world, and to this day, biology has only taken its first tentative steps into that world. Today, scientists recognize that from birth until death, even if a person lives to be 100 years old, they have only used 1/10 of their brain's capacity. So the remaining 9/10 that haven't been used are due to a virtual cause. Could it be that those parts are still preserved in memory, the images and events of many previous lives and incarnations? Only when there is a certain agitation or stimulation, such as a primal drive or a near-hypnotic state, do those memories emerge with clarity. Sometimes, images and events coinciding with distant memories from a previous life can also evoke a powerful emotion. This helps to further explain cases of why some people feel afraid when they see a Ferris wheel. For it may be that in a past life or previous incarnation, they experienced a horrific accident involving a wheel, such as being tortured on a wheel or being run over by one. Sometimes, people feel an irrational fear towards the most ordinary things: a piece of rope, a tree branch, a cat, or even water, darkness, or noise. When you think about it, none of these things are actually frightening. However, according to psychological science, that panic has its causes. It may be because, in the past, those very things were the reason behind significant events. Sometimes, past dangers and threats become etched into the subconscious, just waiting for related objects or phenomena to appear so they can be reawakened. According to Edgar Cayce, who was said to have the ability to awaken others' past life memories, each of us holds latent memories of previous existences within our brains. Through many cycles of reincarnation, each person has undergone countless complex phases, and at times, those images from distant memories suddenly resurface. And it manifests through various agents. It can be vague as in sleep, more distinct while awake, or even more vivid and intense when activated by dreams in the subconscious realm. Dr. Igor Samovich Lishevich, a scholar specializing in the study of Eastern philosophy, once remarked that, not only in Eastern countries but even in Europe and America, there still exist strange phenomena that the scientific community has yet to explain. Currently, scientists only rely on genes that move on chromosomes within the cell, and call it jealous memory or explain it through the phenomenon of subconscious stimulation, things that human consciousness cannot control. Or through random images or stories, they gradually accumulate in the subconscious. And when encountering conditions or unforeseen circumstances arising from the impetus of a certain psychological factor. For research